A frustrating Sunday for everyone who tuned up early to watch that second ODI between India and New Zealand in Hamilton. Rain spoiled the party, only about 13 overs of play possible, but there was a major talking point even before a ball was bowled. India made two changes for this game from the lineup that lost the first ODI in Auckland, and one of those saw Sanju Samson miss out from the playing 11. Mitchell McLennigan and Wasim Jaffer join us to talk about this. Wasim, I know there were grounds for India to change their combination based on what had happened in the first ODI. But the question just keeps coming: what does Sanju Samson have to do to get a consistent run of games in this side?
Well, I think it's unfortunate, Yash. I mean, he's a very very good player. It's just unfortunate that because India have got only five bowling options, and that's the reason why they look at Deepak Huda. Uh, on just pure batting ability, you will always pick Sanju Samson ahead of Deepak Huda. But because of that six bowling option, you sometimes pick Deepak Huda over Sanju Samson or anybody else. So I think it's very unfortunate because in white ball cricket you want to see Sanju Samson play in both formats, even in T20, even in 50 overs. I think he's good enough player to bat at six, from 1 to 6. It's just unfortunate that India doesn't have that many all rounders to fit Sanju Samson. But yeah, the kind of player that he is, you want to see him in both the formats playing and scoring runs like he's been doing. All I can say is when he gets an opportunity just to outscore the other guys who are in competition with him, don't give an opportunity. That's all I mean I can say from the outset. I mean, if he just outscores everyone, I'm sure people will think twice again before dropping in. But it's very hard to take because he's such a fine player.
Yeah, and in that sense, you feel for him all that much more because you do know he doesn't get a lot of time. When he did get the time, the last ODIs India played were that series at home against South Africa, and in the first ODI he hit that 80 in Lucknow, almost pulled off a bit of a miraculous chase. Mitch, when you've seen Sanju from close
Hmm.
quarters, bowl to him in the IPL, when you look at it from the outside, does it baffle you that someone who's been around so long and been touted as highly as he has is still only played about 11 ODIs and 15 T20s for India over all these years?
Yeah, I think it's really tough for him, right? I think if he's going to have success in the international game, I think they're really going to have to back him in for 10 games straight and just say, "Well, for whatever happens for the next 6 months, for the next 10, 15 games, you're going to play every game that we play one day cricket in." And I think that's when you'll see the best of Sanju Samson. I think when he's been in the position that he's in, he's out, and he's in, he's in, out, like that's got to weigh in his mind, right? And Wasm says, yep, he's got to come in and score the guys. But that extra pressure of knowing that you're the first person to get dropped if your team loses, I don't believe that's fair on Sanju. So, I thought the decision today was a bit interesting. I think it was a little bit of a reaction to 300 getting chased down at a difficult ground to defend as a bowler. So I thought they overreacted and wanting to have to play that six bowling option. The chances are with a rain reduced game today, with the weather that we saw, I know I jinxed it on the last show that we had. I said there might be rain about, but the chances are that six bowler wasn't going to come into play anyway.
Wasim, there's an interesting part that Mitch brings in over there where I mean, obviously there's the short term picture of looking at building the side and who fits best, but there is a longer term picture here about just what it does to the confidence of a player who there is no doubt about his talent. So how destabilizing can this be? And if you were around Sanju Samson right now, what would you be telling him?
Well, it's demoralizing, that's for sure, because you're not getting a consistent run. And when you're in and out, then obviously, you think about yourself, then the team. And like, Mitch has said that, you're not sure about your spot and you're the first guy who's going to get dropped. Then you think about yourself rather than the team. And that's not a good thing. I think, giving him a good, consistent run and then take a call would be a better choice. But then again, you've got so many batters. You've got Shikhar Dhawan, Shubman Gill, who are a surety. You've got Surya Kumar Yadav, and then you've got Shreya Iyer, who scored so many runs in one-day cricket. So those four spots are, have been taken care of in spite of KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli not being there. And then when you haven't got Hardik Pandya or Ravindra Jadeja, then it becomes difficult to get that sixth or seventh bowling option. But yeah, I mean, you need to probably give him a consistent. I don't know how, but if you give him a consistent run of 7, 8, 10 ODIs, you will see the best of Sanju Samson, because he's a fabulous player. It's just unfortunate that he's the first guy who gets dropped and he doesn't get a consistent run.